Today, I'm going to show you how to get anything you want by trying out the foot in the door technique, and I'm going to put it to the test. You know, we've all been in situations where we wanted something, whether it's a raise, a favor, or even just a simple yes to a question we've been too afraid to ask. And more often than not, we stumble, we get rejected, or we just don't get what we want. But what if I told you there's a way to increase your chances of getting what you want? Almost every time. It's called the foot in the door effect, and it's a powerful technique that can help you achieve your goals and get what you want from others. We've all been there. We try to persuade someone to do something they don't want to do, and we end up getting frustrated, angry, or even worse, defeated. We try to convince them with logic, with reason, even with emotional appeals, but still, we get rejected. The problem is, we're going about it the wrong way. We're trying to get a yes from someone who's already said no in their mind. We're trying to get something big when we haven't even established a connection or built trust. And that's exactly why we need effective strategies to persuade others. You see, persuasion isn't about manipulate or control people. It's about understanding their needs, desires, and motivations, and aligning them with your own goals. But how do you do that? That's what we're going to explore today. Have you ever tried to get someone to do something they didn't want to do, and they just shut down on you? Or maybe you've tried to convince someone of your point of view, and they just wouldn't budge. That's because we're not taking the time to build that connection, to establish that trust. We're not taking the time to understand what they want and need. The truth is, we're not very good at asking for what we want, and that's why we don't get it. We're afraid of rejection, we're afraid of being vulnerable, and we're afraid of being seen as needy or pushy. But what if I told you that there's a way to ask for what you want without being seen as needy or pushy? What if I told you that there's a way to get what you want without manipulating or controlling others? The foot in the door effect is a powerful psychological principle that has been used in sales, marketing, and even politics to persuade people and get what you want. The idea is simple. You ask for a small commitment, a small yes, and then you build on that commitment to get what you want. It's not about tricking or manipulating people. It's about understanding their psychology and working with it. For example, let's say you want to volunteer at a local charity, but you're not sure if you'll be able to commit to it full-time. Instead of committing to a full-time volunteer position, you start by asking if you can help out for just 1 hour a week. Once you've committed to that 1 hour, it's easier to ask for more time, and eventually, you'll be volunteering full-time. The foot in the door effect has been used in various scenarios, from sales to politics, and it has been proven to be highly effective. In one famous study, researchers asked people to place a small sign in their windows that said, "Be a safe driver." Then, a few weeks later, they asked those same people to place a large sign in their front yards that said, "Drive carefully." You can guess what happened. Almost everyone who placed the small sign agreed to place the large sign as well. One powerful real-life application of the foot in the door effect is in fundraising. Let's say you're trying to raise money for a new project, and you need to get donations from people. Instead of asking for a large donation up front, you start by asking for a small donation, maybe just $5 or $10. Once people have made that small commitment, they're more likely to donate more money in the future. I've seen the foot in the door effect work in my own life, and it's been amazing. I was trying to convince a friend to help me with a project, and I knew he was busy. So instead of asking him to commit to a whole day, I asked him to just help me out for an hour. He agreed, and once he had committed to that hour, it was easy to ask him to help out for more time. In fact, the foot in the door effect is so powerful that it can work even when people know what you're doing. In one study, researchers told people that they were using the foot in the door effect to get them to agree to a request, and yet, it still worked. That's how powerful this technique is. So, to recap, the key to getting what you want is to start small, to ask for a small commitment, and then build on that commitment to get what you want. It's not about manipulating or controlling people. It's about understanding their psychology and working with it. If you've ever tried the foot in the door technique, I'd love to hear about your experience in the comments below. And if you want to learn more about persuasion and how to get what you want, check out my other videos for more insights.